Hello, Virgo. All right, so I pulled these 8 cards for you. And on the top row from the left, we have the Emperor card, then the 6 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and then below that, the Page of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. Okay, so 2 nines. I'm not sure if I said 9 of Pentacles twice, but I meant 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. Lots of combination, actually, of Cups and Pentacles. So there's a message coming through with that, actually, just a moment. So definitely balancing, especially with the 2 there. Balancing like time with emotional efforts. It can also be social life with work, of course. But I'm definitely feeling for a lot of you that there's some processing to be doing. Some of you may have experienced a death in the family. It doesn't feel like anything too acute, like, death of a partner, though it may be for some of you. But it feels like it's just something maybe a little bit less of a close relationship than that, but one that still brought up some emotions for you. From childhood, it feels like someone that you may have known from childhood. It may not be a death also. For some of you, this may have been a rekindling of something from a relationship you had when you were younger, or just even getting in touch with someone, either a family member or a past lover or friend, that brought up some emotions for you. And it feels like there's some processing to be done there. And I feel this came up in your life right now, or recently, for a really important reason. I'm feeling with the Emperor that you're really being called upon to practice and learn more about your boundaries in terms of what you give and receive from other people, but also on an emotional and energetic level, but also more logistically, like in terms of timing, as I mentioned at the beginning, and how much time you give to other people. And boundaries are really around anything. But at the core, it feels like it's boundaries having to do with how you balance what is important for you in more of a selfish manner, and what is important for you in more of a selfless manner. Because I feel that a lot of you, there's definitely a good number of you that have a water sign in your chart, rising sign, probably, maybe your moon sign. And so I think it's part of your personality to in some ways feel like you have moments where you're more focused on you and what you need just to survive, but also to make you feel comfortable and happy. But then you also have this really intuitive, loving, and giving side. And so a lot of you may have always felt a struggle with balancing those two things, those two parts of your life. And I think that whatever is happening right now is bringing up this for you, and it's bringing it up so that you are able to learn more about boundaries. I want to look more into this past issue that's coming up, because that's one of the strongest energies I'm feeling. Something emotional, nostalgia, something from childhood. I'm getting a sense of, I'm actually feeling for someone like even something as interesting as meeting up with a twin or a sibling that you didn't know you had, or that you didn't know where they were, or maybe you were just estranged for a while. And it really does feel like a lot of lessons coming up. Like it feels like that also is related to something to do with your perception of your individuality, and also your independence, how you perceive your own independence, and needing to build that more, to feel more confident in your own ability to bring in everything that you need and be whole on your own. And it feels like for some of you that may have been threatened at a younger age. It may have been something that you felt discomfort around for some extended period of time. And then, you're definitely coming up as this Queen of Pentacles, and it's nice because you've got your back to the Six of Cups and you're facing the Nine of Cups. One thing I feel is that you're really doing a graceful job at processing whatever these emotions are. You're getting all of these even number cups cards. There's some challenges presented with those. There's some heaviness, but I don't feel the turmoil. I don't feel the blocks. I just feel like although you may have needed time to process and although it may have brought up some hurtful things, you ultimately are working towards your own emotional fulfillment. And I feel very strongly that you're doing a good job of that. I also see your intuitive side really being prompted. I'm picking that up from this Queen of Pentacles card, just on an energetic, intuitive level. And yeah, I'm getting again just this balance, this dichotomy between what I would call like a water energy and an earth grounding energy. So that feels really strong for some of you. You may not have a water sign in your chart, but you could very well have a lot of intuitive gifts, and it feels like that's something that's really being prompted right now too. I'm also picking up on this page in the bottom left corner. It feels like, for some of you, this was an aspect of you and that some of the inner processing that you're doing right now, something related to childhood, but I also feel that this is a person in your life for some of you. It feels like a younger lover or a child. It doesn't have to be younger, but I'm picking up on it because it's a page, but also just that energy and the relationship I'm feeling it has to this Six of Cups. If it's not a younger person, it feels like the person who's in your life now could have prompted some memories from childhood and brought up some difficult things that you've been working on. But their position here, I feel that some of the boundaries that you may be working to establish may be related to this person, and I get the sense that they might not be too happy about it. I'm feeling some bitterness and some anger or just annoyance that I'm getting the sense that this person, so some of it is like not feeling like they're good enough for you, but some of it is also maybe you're more accomplished than them in something and they feel that that's been a hit to their ego in some way. And so they've kind of got their back turned to this situation, and they're not feeling super comfortable with it right now. They're also they need to work on boundaries for themselves and also working through whatever these emotions are. And it's almost like a jealousy that they have towards you, even though for some of you it is feeling like an intimate relationship. For others, a child that has similar feelings where they're resentful in some way of the work that you're doing, both on the emotional level and your actual work, and are feeling maybe a little alienated. But at the same time, I feel that whatever you're doing with your boundaries is healthy, so I don't think it's anything to feel badly about, because it feels like it's the right thing and that everything is safe. And I feel that you've been fair with this person, and it's more on them that they need to work through this and get to a point where they can approach it in a more mature fashion or walk away. So I'm not saying that is a risk necessarily. I feel like that's what's on them right now. That's what they're facing. And so they may be really prompted right now to deal with some emotional stuff. So I'm going to wrap this up here. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments or email me. Thank you.